Hi guys, welcome in this new tutorial video, and we are gonna create those beautiful geode leads together. First of all, please make sure that you do correct prep work, because what we are doing right now is gonna allow us to have a super elegant crispy edges that you will see at the end of the video. So stay tuned to learn all of the tips and tricks and details on how to create very elegant and professionally looking kitchen jar lids. And I'm gonna create this tutorial with a speed up, so you are not getting bored throughout the entire process. But if you are interested to learning every single step in real time and all of the details and how I'm using them and all of my pro tips, please consider to get also the Druzy goddess that I'm using in this video. And everyone who is getting the Druzy goddess sets is getting a lot of tutorials and step-by-step information on how to work with Druzy, how to mix it with resin, how to apply it, so you can be a Druzy geode master yourself. And I also was using here gesso. So next step, what is gesso? You need to make sure that you paint the gesso on top of the tape to just secure any kind of leakage. And of course here I forgot to paint to add the tape on the sides of the black jar lid, and I was applying it later, but I was painting very clean, so that was not an issue at all. And I will apply the paint on top of the edge just in a couple of seconds. But this is to secure the sides. Don't skip on this step if you want to have a very nice clean look. And you can work with any color that you want. Gesso or Amsterdam paint, it's very good for that. Now I'm working with the crystals. I'm having some beautiful highlights from Art for Start. She's having a beautiful mold. Monster mold is my favorite for any Druzy creations, and I'm always using hot glue gun to actually attach the highlights, the casted highlights with resin, as well as the crystals, to make sure that they're sticking properly to the surface before I even apply the Druzy, or even before I start pouring the resin. It's super crucial. And it's getting cold right away, so it's ready. In a few seconds it's ready to just move forward. You don't have to wait to work further with the lids. And this is the design. I actually decided to change the stones a little bit later, but after I created this video, but it's all up to you. Take your time. You are creating now the heart of the geode. You are creating the heart of the artwork, so it's very crucial that you take your sweet time and you will put the crystals the way that you feel a nice flow on the piece that you are working on. So there is no rush. Of course, you see me working on the speed up, so you don't sit here and witness all of the long process. And this is the effect. And now I'm gonna work with Druzy goddess. Here I have white Ambrosia Druzy goddess, and here is black tie goddess. And this is the diamond keys to making the Druzy sparkly, and this is the white Ambrosia goddess in the package, so you know how it looks like, and black tie goddess here in the package. And as you can see, you will see in a couple of seconds, when you mix it with resin, here is already mixed with resin, it's changing the color to much more intense. And I'm applying now on the panel. Full tutorial on how to exactly mix it with resin. It's for everyone who is getting the Druzy goddess sets. So first of all, I wanted to work with just white or just black. That was my main plan. But after a while, I decided, at looking at those lids, I decided that they are too plain for me. I want something with much more interest. So I decided to mix black on the white and white on the black with all of my leftovers. and I haven't used a lot of the Druzy here. I had used like 3 teaspoons of each, and I used like half of it. So it's like 1.5 teaspoon of black and 1.5 teaspoon of white. It's just enough for this size. You really don't need more. I was having at least 3 little islands of Druzy as a leftover. And here you can see that I started to apply more color on both of my lids. And unfortunately, I was in a big hurry to leave with the kids, so I haven't used the gloves, but always make sure to protect yourself. If you have Druzy that is already mixed with resin, you need to be sure that you are protecting your hands and always wear gloves. And I'm applying, as I mentioned, black on white and white on black to make it more interesting. I like to work with this bamboo stick with very sharp edge. It's helping me to shape the Druzy as well. And now I'm applying on top of that, on top of the wet Druzy, diamond kiss. I'm sprinkling it on top. And I don't have the best light because this week was very, very dark, gloomy and rainy. But you can see in the lamp reflection that it's giving this extra shine and sparkle on top of the Druzy. And it's just like this extra touch of elegant bling that is very natural and very soft as well. It's not too much like with the glitter, regular glitter. Now I'm mixing Druzy. Now I'm mixing resin. I'm working with Geode resin from Colorberry. I was having very, very neutral colors, just white, crystal white, jet black. I was having carrot shimmer, and also my extra fine. Here is the first line. You can see it's the extra fine glitter that I'm having, which is called Goddess Whisper. It's my absolutely favorite to work with the resin. It's always giving this extra sparkle, but very subtle and natural. And it's especially for everyone who wants an additional sparkle, but not very chunky glitter look. And I was pouring the lines originally, but white lid was holding very nicely the lines, but the black lid was not holding the lines very nicely. I think the wood was not very well leveled. That's why I decided at the end to swipe the resin, and this is what you will see. That's why I'm not even explaining lines, but I was working with just transparent resin, carrot shimmer with resin, Goddess Whisper from Druzy Goddess line with resin, and then I was having crystal white or jet black on the black lid, and that's it. You don't have to have a lot of color to create beautiful effects. I'm gonna put the link to Colorberry store where I got the resin as well as the pigments in my description. So you can check them yourself later. And yeah, I decided to swipe, and on both of the lids, even though the white was holding pretty nicely, because my goal was to have a matching look. And here you can see me applying varnish. I actually draw one black line on the black lids to see if I like the acrylic pen line as well. You can go with just Posca pens, black or white, and I think it looks nicely, so I wanted to give you an option to choose and decide yourself and to see how it looks without any line and how it looks with a line. And I'm using varnish for all paint and gold metallic, gold floating pigment powder. You can use from whatever brand you want to. I'm using here also Colorberry brand. And I like very fine finish, so I'm using the brush that I'm also giving to every set of Druzy goddess, to make sure that you have the same brush that I'm using to finish my Druzy. And I'm touching the edges of the Druzy with the varnish to blend the line with the Druzy a little bit better, so it's not so alienated. It's a better flow when you touch the edges of the Druzy with a little bit dots of the metallic of your choice that you are drawing around the Druzy. And you can choose any color of the floating metallic powder. It can be silver, it can be copper, it can be rose gold. It's up to you what kind of finish you want to use. And now I'm warming up the edges, the tape, with the heat gun, because then the tape is coming off the lids much nicer, and you will now see the beautiful clean edges in just a couple of seconds. The beautiful edges that we are having here. No leaking. Here is a small leakage, but this is the only one for the entire lid, and on the white one was not even like a small leakage. So make sure that you press the tape very nicely and you paint on top of it with any acrylic paint or gesso. And this is how you get beautiful, beautiful, clean finish. And we are almost there. Now I decided you can either leave the natural wood or you can finish with gold marker. I decided to use 18 karat gold metallic leaf Krylon marker, and you can go around with this marker 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. It's up to you how much, what is the, your preferred intensity of the gold finish. We are almost at the end. In a few seconds you will see the final result, but if you're interested in watching more tutorials, I have beautiful tutorials with geode art and also full training where you can learn from me everything step by step on how to create a very big wall art and a lot of different creations with Druzy. Check the description, you will see the information about the Druzy goddess, the information about the trainings, but also there are so many beautiful creations here on the YouTube channel for you to watch for free. You can explore many tips. I have a lot of tips and tricks for the beginners. I have different tutorials available, and this channel is pretty new. I just created it a month ago, so be patient with me, but I'm gonna show here on a regular basis with new tips and tutorials. And I'm really huge advocate of being, using the artwork creation process as a time of your filling your own cup and being mindful with art and recharging within the process, and how to use crystals to actually bring some positive energy in your room. So I want to talk more about that. I have so many ideas for the new creations. So if you have any interest in creating with crystals, with resin, and it doesn't matter if it's wall art or functional art, if you feel passionate about it, stick around, subscribe to the channel, and you will be amazed, because I'm gonna be showing up here and posting more and more for you to guide you, and also to give you a lot of inspiration and a lot of knowledge, share a lot of my knowledge with you guys. So thank you so much for being here and for watching this video, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.